Today, I will explain the movie called Orphan. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie starts with a married couple. John takes Kate to the hospital because of labor pains. It's their third child and they will name her Jessica. Kate sees blood everywhere on the floor, and in the operation theater they get to know it's a stillbirth. It was a disturbing scene. It was just a dream. In reality, they have lost their third child because of stillbirth. And this reality is Kate's worst nightmare. Their married life is disturbed because of this. Because of being alcoholic, Kate is taking counseling sessions. They have 2 kids, 5 years old deaf daughter Max and 12 years old Daniel. They decide to adopt a baby. In orphanage, they meet 9 years old Estonian girl, Esther. They decide to adopt her. Sister Abigail says that she speaks good English. And the family who take her here died in car accident. She is a very mature and well-mannered kid. Max attaches to Esther, but Daniel feels odd. He became jealous of Esther. Parents start feeling good and their relationship restores. One night before they had intercourse, Esther comes there with Max. Esther says that they are fearing of lighting and don't want to sleep alone. Daniel mistakenly shot a pigeon with a toy gun. Esther gives a stone to Daniel to kill the injured pigeon. Otherwise, the pigeon will suffer in cold, but Daniel refuses and Esther kills the pigeon. A girl bullies Esther in school and Esther starts shouting like an insane. Kate cheers up Esther and shows her the grave of Jessica. Esther becomes emotional and starts crying. And a mother-daughter bond has started developing in them. While Kate and John were doing intercourse in the kitchen, Esther comes and sees them. They become embarrassed. Kate goes to Esther to discuss this all, but Esther already has so much knowledge of this. Kate becomes suspicious knowing this. But John says that she might have learned this from her previous foster parents. John takes them to park. There she sees her schoolfellow who bullied her. Esther pushed her from the slide and her ankle broke. Esther lied to Kate and John that they were just playing Max and also take her side. Daniel fights with Esther and John and Kate says to apologize. But he goes from there. John locks his treehouse as a punishment. Kate gets the call from Sister Abigail and she tells her about her behavior of Esther. That's why she comes to visit and tells them maybe it's her mistake that she allowed Esther to go with them. They know nothing about Esther's past, and this type of thing also happened in orphanage. But they can't doubt her because she manipulates them in a good way. Kate become worried listening to this, but John didn't believe it. Esther was listening to this and she goes to Max to manipulate her and take her to John's study room. Esther takes treehouse keys and Max's weapons from there. Esther follows Sister Abigail with Max and throws Max in front of her car. She goes to Max and Esther attacks with a hammer from behind. She brutally starts hitting Sister Abigail and she dies. Max becomes frightened, but she manipulates her again. She goes to the treehouse to hide weapon and clean the blood. Daniel sees them coming out from the treehouse. Esther goes into Max's room to scare her with a paper cutter so that she remains silent. John and Kate take Esther to the counselor. She again manipulates the situation towards Kate. According to a counselor, Kate is not giving Esther a comfort level. John becomes angry with Kate. While reaching home, Kate gets a call from the orphanage. They get to know that Sister Abigail is missing from the day she comes to their house. After investigation, they found her body. This makes Kate more curious and worried. She searches about personality disorders. Kate goes to John with proof and convince John to get information about Esther. They will start from a Russian orphanage. Kate calls Sister Abigail's orphanage and comes to know that in a Russian orphanage there is no record of Esther. Esther comes into the kitchen and gives flowers to Kate. It was from Jessica's grave. Kate becomes angry and holds her in anger. John comes there and stops them, and Kate starts crying sitting at Jessica's grave. Esther purposefully injured herself and pretended in front of John that Kate has done this. John becomes distant from Kate and Kate starts becoming depressed. She brings wine but controls herself. When Kate goes to school for dropping the kid, Daniel's books fall down. When Kate goes to give him books, Esther starts the car from behind. Kate goes towards the car but couldn't stop it. Car stuck in the snow. John calls Kate's counselor to see this all. Esther tells John that Kate bought wine and they decide to send her to the rehabilitation center. No one believes her that she hasn't drunk. Daniel goes to Max and she tells him about everything Esther did. Daniel decides to bring proof from the treehouse so that they can tell the truth to their parents. Esther listens to their talk. 7. Kate finds a book from Esther's room. In the book, she sees a logo of an institute and upon calling she gets to know that it's a mental hospital. Esther burns the proofs when Daniel goes in the treehouse and treehouse also burns. Esther locks Daniel there and he saves himself and comes on the roof. Because of fire he falls down and faints. Kate runs towards the treehouse and Esther throws stones on him, but Max comes and stops her. Kate takes him to the hospital. Kate tells John the reality of Esther. But he still didn't believe her. Esther tries to kill Daniel, but Daniel survives. Kate slaps Esther because she knows now that it's all done by Esther. John saves Esther and a nurse injects Kate. When things become normal, John goes home with Max and Esther. John starts drinking wine. Esther comes there in a bold dress and starts seducing John, but he considers her a daughter. Esther goes into her room in anger. Kate got a call from a Russian hospital where she has sent the picture of Esther. Dr. Verada reveals things about Esther and she becomes shocked. Esther's real name is Lena Klammer and she is 33 years old grown-up lady. Esther is a patient of hypopituitarism. It is a rare hormonal disorder. Because of that, her physical growth has stopped and she has fooled people as a little girl. And she was a dangerous patient in the hospital. She has killed 7 people so far. And her foster family is included in it. She tried to seduce her foster father and upon stopping she burned the house. Doctor says Kate to inform the police because they are in danger. Esther wears a ribbon to hide her scars. John sees sexual poses in Esther's painting. It shocks John and when he goes to listen to the call, Esther attacks him from behind and starts stabbing him until he dies. Max sees this and hides in her room. Kate comes home and also calls the police. She cries a lot seeing John dead. Kate starts finding Max. Esther shoots Kate. Max hides in the greenhouse. Kate reaches the rooftop of the greenhouse and distracts Esther. Breaks the window and jumps on her. Police come there and Kate runs with Max. When they come outside, Esther attacks them again. In their fight, Max shot Esther and Kate and Esther falls in freezing water. Kate pushes Esther and comes outside. But Esther comes outside and holds her foot. Esther tries to emotionally blackmail her, but she pushes her again. Kate picks up her daughter Max and goes from there. Movie ends here.